Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about set etiquette. Now, I do have experience with this. I've worked on film sets, I've worked on TV sets, mostly as an extra because it's a really good way to earn a bit of extra cash if you're an actor. Get yourself on an extras agency and you get a lot of experience. It's really worthwhile doing. I've also worked as an actual actor myself on film sets, and I do think that there are things you ought to know before you go on film sets. There's certain things I wish I'd known, nothing too major. I think as long as you're just a nice person and you're being pretty chilled, things are gonna go okay for you. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. When you get to a film set, make sure you're early. Please, for the love of God, don't be late, because you're gonna muck everyone's schedule up. People doing hair and makeup, people doing wardrobe, and you're gonna delay everything for everyone, and you're gonna be like the most hated person on set. Basically, if you're on time, you are late. That's what I've always worked by, and I think it's so true. If you are on time, you're completely late. When I went to the RADA summer school, they drilled that into us, and it has stayed with me. And I've turned up 2 hours early on set before, just out of fear of traffic and being late. So number one thing would be your phone on a film set. Put that piece of shit on airplane mode when the cameras are rolling. If you're off in the rec room, so if you're in with, say, your dressing room or whatever, and you're not near the set, feel free to use your phone. That's absolutely fine. But when you're on set and that, either leave your phone in the dressing room or somewhere safe and just turn it off. Don't be the one whose phone rings in the middle of a really good shot, because you'll be hated eternally. Don't take photos on that note as well. If you want to take a photo, ask the AD first. But most of the time they're probably going to say no. I have in the past been allowed to take a photo because I was wearing the Women's Auxiliary Air Force uniform, and I wanted to show it to my grandparents because my grandparents went through World War II, and my grandfather's father, so my great-granddad, was in the Air Force, so they were quite excited. That was for a film called Hurricane, which is on Netflix. I wasn't any major role, it was just background, but I had a lot of fun and I helped out on set, and it was great. But yeah, so always make sure you get permission first if you're going to take photos. Never post it online without expressed consent, because it's just not worth it. I mean, obviously once the film's out, it's a little different because there's no secrecy involved at that point. Everything is out there. But just make sure and check with the AD. It's always worth doing. Let's go on to how to conduct yourself with other people. Be kind is obviously the number one. Don't be an asshole, because everyone's doing really long days, working their asses off, and no one wants to have to deal with people being a pain in the ass. Believe you me, I've worked with people who've been a pain in the ass, and it's just like, really? When it comes to the actors, you're potentially going to be working with really well-known people, and don't be that twat that asks them for an autograph. They're at work. Let's be real here. Don't get me wrong, don't not talk to them. You know, if they want to talk to you, they'll talk to you. If they don't, they won't. But respect how they want to work. Some people don't want interaction with other people, they want to stay in character. Others are like, yeah, come here, come have a chat, like, let's have a cup of tea. And that's absolutely fine too. But everyone's different, and just kind of put the feelers out, but don't ask for autographs. Don't ask for photos. Like, you potentially can, like, if it's the end of the day, but just not when people are working and when they're about to go and film something. It's not on at all. They're working normal people at this point. They don't want that on set in their work environment. Which brings me to the whole point of be friendly but not over the top. So that's the way to see it. Also remember that everyone on set is working really hard at their specific job, and if they haven't got time to talk to you, don't be offended, please, because a lot of the time they'll just be like, I'm really sorry, I'm doing something, and you just gotta let it go over your head, because they might be having to do something really quick, or they've got to do something and they need to do it, and we're all gonna feel like that points in time. Basically, don't complain about people not doing their job, because they're probably really trying hard to do it and I just haven't got like loads of time to get stuff done in. Everything is like boom 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 on a film set until it's lunch, and then everyone's like, food. When you're actually on set and they're filming, shut the hell up. Don't talk. You know, they're really trying to get stuff together, everyone's trying to line up at this point, and you really just need to just shut the hell up. Because unless of course you're acting and you're saying something, that's different of course, because like, that's the whole point of you being there. Don't touch equipment or props ever. For the love of God, don't, because they will have things set up in a certain way, and if you move or whatever, it's just going to throw everybody off. It's going to take even longer to get things done. Wrap time's going to take longer, and just don't. It's the same as in theatre. Don't touch the props unless they're yours. Also, if you're an actor working on set, know your lines. You're gonna drive everyone nuts if you haven't learnt your lines. Obviously, we're all gonna make mistakes and forget lines occasionally, but don't be that person who really just hasn't learnt their lines at all, because it's gonna take everyone longer, and it's just going to be really unprofessional, to be honest. Most of the time the director is going to be sat behind the little screen so you can see everything, and giving occasional direction. Most of the time they're just trying to bring everything together. What I would say is the person you're more likely to be conversing with, especially if you're working as an extra, is with the assistant directors. So it'll be probably second and third AD that you'll mostly converse with, as well as crowd AD. So they're the people you want to chat to. Don't go and talk to the director, they're probably incredibly busy if you're an extra. If you're working in it as a main actor, of course talk to the director, that's the whole point. But for extras and background artists, you just need to not talk to the main guys because they're trying to sort other things out. But lastly, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're not sure on a film set what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to be, ask somebody. No one's going to be offended if you go, I'm really sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, any chance you could put me in the right direction. No one's going to go, I'm not helping you, goodbye. They're going to be like, yeah, of course, no worries, just pop and talk to so and so, or they're like, I'll take you there. Film sets as a whole are like really lovely family type groups, and I love it, and it's so much fun, and you're all being really creative. But yeah, don't be afraid of a film set. Go in enjoying it, be the nice person that you probably are, and just treat everybody how you would want to be treated. Just understand that if you're in their position, you might be really busy, you might have too many stresses on at that moment, and you might not want to be talked to. Don't worry if people don't want to talk to you because they're too busy. That's perfectly normal, and just enjoy it. Also, don't forget when you're going for food, most of the time on a film set you will be given lunch. That has always been the experience for me, is lunch is always provided. It's usually, there's always different options. There's usually vegetarian option at least, if not vegan option, and it's done as a hierarchy type thing. So like director eats first, then it's like the actors kind of a thing, and it works its way down. Just because they're more likely to have been working full on throughout the day. Whereas if you're working as an extra, even as an actor, you've probably got downtime in between, so you've not had to be going full on. Especially as an extra, you're doing a lot of sitting around, so be okay with sitting around. Don't constantly ask, when am I going to be used, because it will be friggin' ages before you're used. Bring a book is my advice. Yeah, so I hope those are a few helpful tips for if you want to go onto a film set and you want to know what's set etiquette to use. Setiquette, as I've seen online. Yeah, it's not too difficult. Most of it's common sense. There are a few little things like where I've said, because of hierarchy within what people are doing in the jobs, there's gonna be moments when you do need to know what you're doing. It's all a learning curve. Don't be afraid to ask. It's my #1 thing. Be kind, guys. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that you get a notification every time that I release a video on this wonderful platform of YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Imogendsc, that on everything really, but I mostly post on Instagram as a form of social media other than this. Alright guys, I shall see you through a lens another time very, very soon. Bye!